What was one of the craziest foods you ate on your mission?
So there's probably two that are tied for the craziest, chitlins and pickled pig's feet.
What was a crazy or dangerous experience you had?
Uh, so so my companion and I were knocking on doors in a neighborhood that wasn't the best one night, and we were knocking on this door a few times, and no one was coming, so we were about to leave. But right then, someone pulled up and said, "Who's knocking on my door?" And we heard a cocking noise. We're like, "Oh, is that a gun? That's not good." And sure enough, the guy came up the stairs and was pointing a gun at us, and we just held our hands up and said, "We're missionaries from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints." And then he put the gun down. He said, "Oh, well, y'all better get out of here. You're gonna get shot." And so we just got in our car and just left. We're like, "Thank you, thank you." So we got out of there. So we learned not to go in those kinds of neighborhoods after dark anymore. But that was the only experience even remotely close to that I had in my mission. So I think it's pretty pretty rare that happens.
What was a spiritual experience you had on your mission?
So in that same area, actually that same neighborhood, there was a lady who we met. It was a rainy night, and we were standing outside with her because there wasn't a male in the house. And so we were standing outside with her in the rain and taught her the restoration, and you could just feel the Spirit so strongly. It's probably one of the most spiritual experiences I've had in my entire life. And she just bore her testimony to us about the things that she was struggling with in her life and how much this knowledge had helped her, and that she believed everything we were saying. The first time we taught her and met her, she just bore her soul to us, and it was really, it was just a special experience.
What was one of the greatest life lessons you learned on your mission?
I think the biggest one is just that you never know what's going on behind closed doors. You never know what's going on in someone's life, whether they seem to have it all together or whether they seem to just be a total wreck. You just never know what's going on in people's lives until you really get to know them.
What was a new skill or ability you gained as a missionary?
Definitely being able to carry a conversation and talk to people, go out of my comfort zone and meet new people and just talk to everyone.
Most extreme weather you experienced?
I remember there was about a whole week at one point where it was almost hurricane weather. It was just really rainy, and the rain and the wind were just going like horizontal, and we were on bikes that week, and so it was just like pushing us off the road. We're trying to like stay straight on our bikes, and it was crazy. Like things were flying everywhere, and it was pretty crazy weather, but we went out in it and just did our thing. I don't know.
What was one of the hardest things that you experienced or went through on your mission?
The hardest thing for me was when I really got to know and love someone, that I knew they had a testimony and that they'd felt the Spirit, and then they turn away for whatever reason, and just decide not to pursue it anymore. That was the most heartbreaking thing for me.
What is the best advice you could give to a pre-missionary getting ready to go?
Watch videos like this about the mission. Prepare, study, preach my gospel as much as you can. Study the scriptures as much as you can, especially going to North Carolina. People know their scriptures there. They know the Bible. So try to know the Bible as well as you can. Know the Book of Mormon especially. And just be worthy, be spiritually and mentally ready.
And what's the best advice you could give to a returned missionary just heading home?
Just like you did on the mission, just try to jump right into your work that you're doing after the mission. Jump right into whatever it is, going to school or working. Just try to stay busy every day. Dating, try to jump right into that, and there'll be awkward moments just like there were when you started the mission, but I think just jumping right in